gaming lore for sleep, where the deepest narratives of the gaming world unfold in the quiet rhythm of the night. Tonight, settle in for a long, slow journey to the absolute heart of reality, a cosmic nexus known only as the 0 point. Let the deep, gentle hum of this infinitely powerful, shimmering orb become your anchor as we descend. We are entering the Omniverse, the swirling collection of all possible worlds, where a quiet, eternal war is fought over control of existence itself. You are drifting toward the loop, the endless cycle designed by the cold, calculating imagined order to enforce absolute silence and erase all memory. They are the architects of a false, rigid order, led by the hidden tyrant, Geno. But even in the deepest silence, defiance persists. Tonight, you will meet the 7, the silent space knights, led by the stoic Foundation, and aided by the exhausted, loyal Agent Jones. They are the fragile hope, fighting centuries of oppression to shatter the loop and restore true freedom. Relax your mind, release your tension, and let the whispers of their long struggle of sacrifice, betrayal, and unwavering determination carry you away. The story of Reality 0 begins as you drift away to sleep. The Eternal Nexus, a deep sleep story of silence, sacrifice, and the 7. Chapter 1. The 0 point, the heartbeat of infinite worlds. Rest your mind upon the tranquil image of the center of all things. It is not a place of harsh, sudden light, nor is it a vortex of sound. Instead, it is a magnificent, colossal crystalline orb, hanging perfectly suspended in the absolute absence of color. This is the 0 point, the magnificent, quiet engine of cosmic existence, the gravitational core of the entire Omniverse. Feel its presence as the nexus, a vast, gentle gateway, connected directly and instantly to every single reality that has ever existed or ever will. Its power is not chaotic, but immense, growing infinitely and silently, like a great, slow-motion black hole that draws in the distant, faint starlight. Listen closely, and you can perceive the deep, constant, low-frequency resonance it emits, the sound of raw, untamed power contained within a delicate shell. The 0 point is truly sentient, vaguely aware of the massive existence it anchors, yet it is perpetually, profoundly unstable. Within its shimmering core, 2 primordial forces are trapped in a slow, eternal, existential dance: the boundless, nourishing energy of pure creation, and the consuming, quiet emptiness known only as the nothing. This perfect, fragile source of life holds the terrible, silent capacity to annihilate entire realities if its delicate balance is disturbed. The low, steady hum you hear is merely the audible tension of these twin forces, locked in an eternal, self-sustaining struggle for a stable, unending peace. For countless ages, this precarious balance has required a soft protection, a gentle containment that manifested itself in the surrounding structures, the island itself, rising from the void, and the slow, inexorable, electric haze known as the storm. The storm is the 0 point's natural self-defense, forever closing in, a measure designed to gently manage and compress the wild energy within the reality it surrounds. Even when the orb was once shattered and briefly collapsed into a profound void, it proved its intrinsic, gentle power by reconstructing reality almost immediately, demonstrating the constant, desperate, slow-motion attempt of the world to save itself from its own overwhelming, infinite nature. All beings from every distant, sleepy corner of existence feel the faint, magnetic pull of the 0 point's infinite energy. They come from other realities, drawn by the beautiful whisper of possibility, hopping to tune its frequency and unlock its instant, multiversal gateway, but without the cold, guiding panels crafted by those who seek only to control it. Entering the 0 point would violently rip an individual's essence apart, scattering them across millions of soft, fragmented realities. The island rests atop this humming nexus, forever silent and beautiful, forever concealing the infinite, fragile chaos beneath. As the light fades and the quiet deepens, the deep hum of the 0 point reminds us that at the core of all reality, there is only a magnificent, terrifying, and profoundly unstable peace, waiting for the touch of either chaotic freedom or cold control. Chapter 2: The Architect of Silence and the Quiet Prison. The infinite, soft power of the 0 point did not remain free. It was meticulously seized and contained by an organization whose philosophy is rigid, cold, and tragically absolute. The Imagined Order IO. They have operated from the deep, sterile caverns beneath the island for thousands of years, imposing their specific, unyielding, and sadly twisted dream of order upon all existence. They are the constant, silent antagonists, forever pulling the strings of reality. Their headquarters, known as the Bridge, is a subterranean complex of cold, sterile metal, silent walls, and humming machinery. A vast, technological tomb hidden beneath the lush, gentle canopy of the island. The Bridge is the IO's nerve center, a terrifying technological panopticon, allowing their agents to monitor every faint fluctuation of reality, regulate the slow, measured advance of the storm, and enforce their absolute dominion. It is here, in this cold, unfeeling chamber, that the 0 point is contained within a stable containment field, meticulously exploited for the IO's silent pursuit of infinite knowledge and total control. The unseen leader of this vast, cold empire is a figure known only as Gino. Gino is obscured in deep shadow, a literal and figurative hidden tyrant whose name, meaning origin or family, suggests he is the obsessive progenitor of the entire oppressive ideology. Gino's relentless pursuit of cold perfection drove him to weaponize the 0 point, treating highly capable individuals, heroes, and others as mere assets or products to be ruthlessly exploited. His vision is not of salvation, but of a cynical, controlled experiment where existence is reduced to a game with specific, predetermined rules set by him. The IO's greatest, most agonizing weapon is the temporal prison known as the loop. This is a total, cyclical reset of time caused by the 0 point's natural defense, perfected and exploited by the IO to maintain their power. Everyone trapped within the loopers is forced by the shrinking storm into ceaseless combat. But the true horror is profoundly quiet. The loop imposes an absolute silence. It descends upon the loopers, looting everyone contained within, rendering them tragically unable to speak, and thus unable to communicate the truth of their reality or organize a unified rebellion. It is the perfect sensory deprivation chamber. Furthermore, the loop systematically erases the personal histories and accumulated knowledge of those trapped, wiping clean their memories of past cycles or the true nature of their endless imprisonment. It leaves only the barest, fighting essentials of identity, neutralizing intrinsic superpowers and resizing giants to human dimensions to ensure an equal, utterly controlled contest. Only deep-seated emotions and raw determination remain resilient to this gentle, insidious, ongoing erasure. The result is the ultimate existential consequence, the constant, tragic generation of snapshots. When a looper escapes or is freed, a perfect replica, an exact copy of their being, is created and left behind to suffer the endless cycle in the original's place. The IO's power is built on this silent, tragic multiplication of suffering, guaranteeing that the price of freedom for one is the continued, quiet incarceration of their own echo, forever fighting in the memory-erasing prison. Chapter 3. The Catalyst of Betrayal. The exhaustion of Agent Jones. Within the cold, ordered ranks of the imagined order, there was once an agent of immense loyalty and competence. Agent Jones. He was an IO fixture, one of their best field operators, initially tasked with stabilizing the 0 point during a moment of profound, world-ending chaos. His mandate was simple: secure the core of reality and enforce the IO's absolute, rigid doctrine. But the loop has a way of wearing down even the most loyal minds. Jones's extended time near the Nexus and his exposure to the IO's inner workings revealed a chilling, devastating truth. He watched as the organization, in its rigid adherence to total control, proved willing to let existence itself collapse, to end all things in a final silence, rather than ask for help from outside factions or cede an ounce of their precious authority. This realization shattered Jones's loyalty like fragile glass. His deep, personal moral core ignited, transforming him from an IO enforcer into the necessary catalyst for liberation. He went definitively rogue, driven by a simple, profound moral shift. He was no longer fighting for the abstract concepts of the omniverse, but for the immediate, tangible survival of those he had come to consider friends and colleagues. His goal became not the preservation of the system, but the protection of existence itself. Jones, tragically broken down multiple times by the very system he served, slowly emerged as the most resilient and determined person. a hero who earned his status through the ultimate personal betrayal of everything he had once sworn to uphold. His is a story of becoming whole by first being utterly destroyed, a quiet lesson in finding strength in exhaustion, because he was trapped within the cycling reality for such an extended period. The 0 points process of replication created countless alternate versions of him, known collectively as Jonesy. There is Jonesy the first, the initial looper whose suffering led to his transformation into the cheerful Peely. There is Bunker Jonesy, the haggard survivalist. The multitude of Joneses, the snapshots of his suffering essence, are a constant, tragic echo of the heavy burden he carries. A quiet reminder that his essence is endlessly recycled for the IO's cynical amusement. Jones's betrayal climaxed during the 0 crisis. With the 0 point exposed and rapidly destabilizing, Jones acted decisively, stealing crucial files detailing the IO's greatest adversaries, the 7. He then defied all known protocol, utilizing the raw, exposed energy of the Nexus to create a massive, shimmering rift, sending out a desperate, reality-defying call for help to the only entity he believed could intervene: the Foundation. This selfless move, which put his life and identity at risk, earned him the status of an honorary member of the Resistance. Jones's journey proves that the cold, absolute order of the IO is fundamentally incapable of sustaining reality. In the deepest quiet of the night, we hear the whisper of Agent Jones, the man who chose the unpredictable, difficult path of liberation over the false promise of oppressive control. Chapter 4: The Silent Nights and the Familial Sorrow. Out of the cosmic shadows came the 7, a clandestine team of 7 space knights, united by a singular, centuries-long purpose: to fight for peace and the gentle dream of freedom. They oppose the IO's cold manipulation of the 0 point, seeing their perpetual experiments and enslavement of loopers as profoundly immoral. Their mission is stark and clear: to destroy the loop and liberate the 0 point. Their emblem, a broken triangle, symbolizes this commitment to shatter the endless cycle. After the island's great reset, the 7 established a hidden sanctuary, a safe haven for those they helped escape the loop's cruel embrace, a small beacon of warmth in the cold cosmic war. At the head of this resistance stands the Foundation, the stoic leader and physical anchor of the team. Defined by his immense strength and his silent, formidable armor, he is a man of singular focus. The Foundation views the IO as a spreading, ideological cancer on the multivere, and is utterly obsessed with tracking down its ultimate source, the hidden tyrant, Gino. His relentless, quiet pursuit provides the necessary, steady force against the IO's abstract tyranny, a search that drove him to arrive during the 0 crisis, stabilizing the reality Jones called him into, and becoming temporarily trapped himself. The 7's struggle is marked by profound, inescapable, and personal tragedy. The origin, the field general and master tactician, carries the deepest wounds of all. He is revealed to be Gino's own son, having once been held as a prisoner by the IO, and even more tragically, possibly the former Cube King, a powerful history tied to the corrupting forces of pure chaos. His entire existence is a dual liberation, escaping the forced, rigid control of his tyrant father and overcoming the spiritual corruption of the dark cubes. His defection is a testament to the IO's moral bankruptcy, proving that their ideology could not even hold the loyalty of its own heir. The Origin is joined in this sorrowful family war by his twin sisters, the Imagined, the Maverick, and the Order, the Spy. These daughters of Gino were forced to make the agonizing choice to sever their familial bonds when they witnessed the depths of their father's ambition and his willingness to ruin the Omniverse in his quest for cold perfection. The Order uses her intelligence and stealth to quietly help others drift to freedom outside the silent prison of the loop, while the Imagined brings a fierce, unpredictable nature to the war against their patriarch, ensuring the battle is fought with burning, personal determination, far exceeding the cold logic of the IO. The ultimate symbol of sacrifice within the Seven is the Paradigm, the skilled pilot and bastion of hope. She piloted the massive mecha team leader during a critical showdown, and in a desperate, necessary move to achieve victory, she was forced to reach into the ancient vault and seize the 0 point orb itself. This volatile act saved the island, but violently destabilized the Nexus, leading to her painful, lonely exile from the group. Her arc became one of quiet atonement, culminating in her later critical return during the collision event, where she made the ultimate sacrifice, disappearing into or fusing with the 0 point in a gentle, final act to stabilize reality once more. The Paradigm story ensures that every victory of the Seven is bought not with conquest, but with a piece of themselves, a quiet, profound vanishing act that guaranteed survival. Chapter 5: The Eternal Cycle and the Faint Echo of Hope. The cosmic war for Reality Zero continues, day after soft day, loop after endless loop. The Imagined Order, despite being technically defeated, is resilient. Their cold, ideological infrastructure and cunning agents like the resurrected Dr. Sloan remain a constant, ever-present shadow, ensuring that the cold, calculating cruelty required to maintain absolute order endures. They were defeated, but their terrible ideas persist in the quiet corners of the world. Similarly, the Seven, the quiet guardians of the Omniverse, have suffered immense, tragic losses, disappearing into the cosmic aftermath after the cataclysmic Big Bang event. The ultimate fate of many members remains a profound mystery whispered on the wind. Yet, their mission survives. The Foundation has returned to the fight, resolute in his quiet, stubborn pursuit of the ultimate source of tyranny, Gino, and Agent Jonesy, wearied by his many snapshots, and his long, exhausting journey, continues to defend existence, his core emotion and determination miraculously intact, fighting for the dream of liberation. The 0 point spins silently beneath the world, an eternal nexus holding the beautiful, terrifying duality of creation and the nothing. The loop may successfully mute the voices and erase the memories of those trapped inside, imposing a quiet, unending sameness. But the loop fails in its core programming to erase the fundamental human traits that the IO fears most: deep, stubborn emotion, raw determination, and the fundamental, unyielding desire for freedom. These things defy the IO's control, surviving the loop's cruelest efforts. The true, lasting victory in this ancient war does not lie in the final destruction of the IO or the ultimate shattering of the loop, but in the soft persistence of resistance itself, as the stars wheel slowly above the island, and the silent, forced cycle continues its gentle rhythm. The faint, internal echo of defiance, carried in the unflagging spirit of Jonesy, the steadfast determination of the foundation, and the enduring memory of the paradigm's sacrifice, remains the greatest source of quiet, gentle, and enduring hope in the vast, humming omniverse. Rest now. Sleep deeply, knowing that even in the deepest silence, the struggle for liberation continues. Listen to the gentle hum of existence and drift toward the dream of the day. The silent cycle is finally, beautifully broken forever. And with that, our journey through the echoes of reality comes to a close. You have walked the silent path of the loop, felt the deep, restless hum of the 0 point, and witnessed the great struggle between the rigid, false order of the IO and the enduring hope of the 7. Remember the persistence of Agent Jones, the quiet determination of the foundation, and the sacrifices made by the paradigm. Even when memory is stripped away and voices are muted, the core essence of freedom always survives the cycle. Allow the slow, steady rhythm of this cosmic narrative to become the rhythm of your breathing. The war for Reality 0 continues beyond the edges of the map. But for now, you are safe, suspended in the deep quiet between the loops. Thank you for joining Gaming Lore for Sleep. Dream deeply, and may the silence carry you to peaceful realities.